Hey, Mavericks fans, we got a Luka Doncic injury update that we will dive into in just a second. A little bit of a teaser. He's listed as questionable. So with that information, will Luka Doncic play in Game 3 tomorrow night against the Utah Jazz? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Get your votes in, stay active in the comments, and let's break down the latest on Luka. Welcome into Mavericks Today, a Wednesday edition here on Chat Sports. Harrison Graham bringing you the latest Mavericks news and rumors. Obviously, Luka Doncic injury watch is the focus, and then we'll take a look at another critical injury in the NBA playoffs, so stay tuned for that. Mavericks PR tweeted out just a little bit ago that Luka Doncic is questionable for Game 3 in Utah. Tim Hardaway, Frank Ntilikina remain out as Hardaway still has the foot injury and Ntilikina recovering from that illness. But Game 3 tomorrow night in Utah at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central Time. And he's been listed as doubtful the last couple of games. So him being elevated to questionable, that to me tells me he's closer. The questionable designation means he's closer. Now, that does not mean he's going to play tomorrow night. We'll get some insight from Jason Kidd and from Luka Doncic himself. But to go from doubtful to questionable, he's progressing. You don't just randomly elevate that designation if he's not getting better. We've heard the last couple of days he's been inching closer and closer to playing, so we're on the right track here. We're on the right track. We'll see if it ends up being Game 3 or Game 4, but I do feel pretty good that he will play in this series at some point. Tim MacMahon of ESPN.com did tweet this. Luka Doncic says he will not play if there is a risk of aggravating the injury. That will be one of the major determining factors of when he is cleared. And look, this is a valid point from MacMahon on Doncic and from Luka himself, is that you can't risk further injury, like major further injury. Like, I don't know what the example is. Like if your ankle sprained and you risk spraining it further, okay, that's not huge. But calves, you're flirting with danger there. We all know what happened with Kevin Durant when he came back too soon from a calf strain. The Achilles popped. Not saying this is the same thing. Every situation is different, but the Mavs can't mortgage next season to bring him back early. If he's cleared and ready to go, let's play ball. If not, you can't put him out there. But with him progressing the way he is, sounds like they're getting closer and closer to being beyond that bubble of where further injury would be risked. This is why you subscribe. Go ahead and hit that sub button because we'll continue to keep you in the know, in the loop on Luka Doncic's status. So subscribe. More videos to come throughout the NBA playoffs, whether it's around Luka injury updates, news, rumors, post-game shows. We'll have you covered with all of it here on Dallas Mavericks Today. So subscribe for more Mavericks YouTube videos. Luka Doncic did speak with the media for the first time earlier today, saying, I don't know if I'm going to be 100%. I think that's tough right now. But if I'm ready and there's no risk of aggravating the injury, I'll be out there. His head coach, Jason Kidd, said this. We'll see how he feels tomorrow. Hopefully it's a green light. And yeah, I mean, right. All MFFLs out there saying, yes, coach, we agree. Hopefully we do get the green light and get to see Luka Doncic tee it up in Game 3 of this series. But like I mentioned earlier, I do think we will see him at least at some point. This feels 50-50 for Game 3. I'm not super confident he'll play. I think there's a chance. I don't think it's like an awesome chance. 50-50, if I had to guess, I'd still, if you told me you have to make a prediction, I'll say he sits Game 3 and returns Game 4. I'd say it's 85% chance he'd return in Game 4. Those extra 48 hours could give him a better chance to play on Saturday in Game 4 of that series. And with you winning Game 2, that's why that was critical, because if you lose Game 3, you're not buried in the series. You're down 2-1 with 4 games to go. Obviously, getting Luka back would be big. I mean, there's no downplaying that. You can't replace 28.5 points, 8.5 assists, and the rebounding he gives you. The flow of the offense, your leader. I mean, you can't replace all of that with one guy. Guy stepped up in Game 2, Jalen Brunson, Maxi Kleber. But if you get Luka Doncic back, I think that makes you the favorite team in this series. Even if you don't get him back until Game 4. Like, you don't have him Game 3 and you lose, I think you're okay. Get him back for the final 4 games. You got to win 3 of the final 4. I think that's doable with Luka Doncic against the Utah Jazz. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. We'll see if Luka gives it a go. But things are progressing in the right direction for Doncic to return very soon in this series, just a matter of when, not if. All right, who's going to win this series? What's your prediction at this point in time? Type M for the Mavericks, type J for the Utah Jazz. Still feeling good about the Mavs. I think a healthy Luka, even 85% Luka, should make them favored. Utah has been known to crumble down the stretch of games. We saw that a little bit the other night. Give me the Mavericks. I still think they can win this in 6 or 7 games. Now, if you want to go bet on who's going to win this series or who's just going to win Game 3, BetUS is the place to go, our sportsbook partner here at Chat Sports. Get signed up today. Create an account at chatsports.com/MFFL. Be sure to use our promo code MFFL. It supports the show, and it helps you out financially. You get a 125% deposit bonus. You look at Game 3 odds. Vegas still believes Luka's going to be out. This line hasn't really moved in the last day. Utah, 6-point favorites. The total over-under between the two teams, 210.5 points. Game 1, the under hit. Game 2, the over hit. Utah at home has been really good. Feels like an over type of game. Chatsports.com/MFFL. Use that promo code MFFL to get a 125% deposit bonus. I did want to hit on this Devin Booker injury news as he kind of pulled his hamstring last night, and the Suns lost to the 8-seeded New Orleans Pelicans. That series now tied at 1 game apiece. Report dropping earlier today that likely going to miss games 3 and 4 for Phoenix. And with that series even at 1 between Phoenix and New Orleans, that's pretty interesting because you have a Pelicans team that's heading home feeling confident after winning a game and a team that's been red hot. They started 1-12, rallied through the play-in tournament and all the way to make the playoffs. You got C.J. McCollum, Brandon Ingram. That series could get really interesting. It really could. Now, I still think Phoenix probably wins it in 5 or 6, but if Booker misses the next 2 games, let's just say New Orleans holds home court in Game 3, puts some pressure on, goes up 2-1. All of a sudden, pressure ramps up on Chris Paul, a guy who's come up short quite often in the NBA playoffs. And why are we talking about this? 1, it's big NBA playoffs news, and 2, the winner of Mavs and Jazz get the winner of that series. This directly impacts Dallas if they're able to get past Utah. Even if the Suns win, you might be facing a team that's a little bit banged up if Devin Booker isn't 100%. These hamstrings, kind of like calves, I mean, they can linger. This is a developing situation with Devin Booker. Obviously, if the Pelicans pulled off the upset, the miracle, and you got to play them, sure, at that point, they'd be a tough out, but I'd take my chances with a New Orleans team in round 2. But if you're Dallas, you still got to stay focused. You got to stay focused on the task at hand. That's beating Utah in round 1. But make no mistake, this Booker deal could impact things in the playoffs. I don't know the severity of the injury, but if they're already declaring him out Game 3 and 4, it sounds like, I don't know. Like I said, these hamstrings, these soft tissue injuries, sometimes they're 3 days, sometimes they're 3 weeks. You just don't know how a player's body is going to react. So keep an eye on that from afar, but let's continue to stay laser focused on Game 3, Utah Jazz, Dallas Mavericks tomorrow night. Who's going to win the Western Conference? What do you guys think? I still think it's Phoenix's to lose. Obviously, the Booker thing is something to monitor. I'll stick with Phoenix, but hey, go Pelicans, baby. Go Pelicans. All right, Game 3 tomorrow night between the Mavericks and the Jazz, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central Time from Salt Lake City. We mentioned the Jazz are 6-point favorites. You can go bet at that game, chatsports.com/MFFL, if you want to do just that. And, final thoughts heading into this one. We'll see on Luka, but Dallas has struggled in Utah historically, especially in recent years. With or without Luka, these will be tough games. I told you guys after winning Game 2, get a split in Utah. You split at home, get a split on the road, make it a best-of-3 series. You get 2 of the final 3 at home, put you in a good chance to win this best-of-7. All right, we'll see what happens tomorrow night. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are a true MFFL. You love the Mavericks, this is the channel for you. Subscribe for more videos, and we'll keep you guys in the loop throughout the NBA playoffs.